Mutation. It is the key to our evolution. It has enabled us to evolve from a single-celled organism into the dominant species on the planet. This process is slow, normally taking thousands and thousands of years. But every few hundred millennia, evolution leaps forward.
What's up? We're the movie guys.
We're gonna do a comic book special.
Yeah, and many people have requested this, so we decided we're gonna do our top 10 list a little differently. We're gonna explain why we chose these, and of course it's our opinion.
So don't bitch about it. We already got enough crap. So, if you got something nice to say, just put a comment, rate, anything's good.
So we hope y'all enjoy the show. Number 10.
Hellboy.
I know a lot of people did not really like this movie a whole lot, but yeah, I enjoyed it a whole lot. I liked it. It had really, really beautiful effects because Guillermo del Toro directed it.
And every like creature you see, he draws himself and goes, put it in the movie, and people are like, all right, put it in the movie, and it turns out great.
It's just this movie, I mean, it has, as like a storyline, it's like good, but not like amazing, but like just to sit down and like watch some of the stuff that was directed on film, it was just really, really
and
nice.
I liked Ron Perlman's performance of Hellboy, how he's cocky and does.
He's funny, he's really funny.
Yeah, and
we enjoyed it a whole lot.
Yeah, it's a great movie, great visuals, great fun. 300.
Number 9.
Visual Feast.
Yeah, of course, the slow down time Zack Snyder, who also did Dawn of the Dead.
I'm currently doing Watchmen,
which should be amazing.
But yeah, 300.
Great, starring Gerard Butler.
And, basically about King of Sparta, Leonidas is taking 300 of his best men to fight Xerxes so he can protect Sparta.
Yeah. But just a fact is, it's not totally historically accurate at all. It was based off of Frank Miller's graphic novel of 300, so it has like a bunch of like beasts and like really over the top monsters that they have to fight. But it was still, as a movie, it was like the most amazing badass porn gay movie you'll ever see in your whole entire life.
But everyone who came out that saw that movie was like, there's 300 buff, sweaty dudes who probably walked for months to weeks together. So the lot of gay jokes probably got the votes, but
it was still
a
awesome
great movie with.
It's not really considered a comic book movie. It's more than a graphic novel.
I consider it a comic.
Yeah, we just decided to throw it in there because it's in the same range. It was a good movie.
It has panels.
Yeah, check it out.
Check it out.
Number 8 is Batman, the 1989 version.
Directed by Tim Burton, starring Michael Keaton and Jack
which is
Nicholson.
Personally the best Batman ever.
Yeah, a lot of people were skeptical at first when they saw it because, he was in Mr. Mom and everyone's like, what the hell? But, he kicked ass in that movie.
It was a real good movie. It had Jack Nicholson, who played the Joker as more of a suave and goofy, silly kind of comic booky type, which is like how the 60s show was portrayed.
As Cesar Romero.
Yeah, this was a really good movie, and for its time, it was dark. A lot of people say it was dark, but not that dark. But for its time, it was just creepy because Tim Burton has that effect of kind of fucking with people's heads. It was a good movie.
Yeah,
solid 5 out of 5.
Shots at 5. Yeah, my favorite part is when Joker is at the art museum and he puts on Prince, and all his henchmen are dancing to Prince and painting over. Yeah. Paintings. You can't think of crap like that.
This is a kooky, wacky, great, dark adventure that only the great Tim Burton can do. Alright, this movie Our number 7 is Road to Perdition. A lot of people did not know it was a comic book movie, but it was, and it was amazing, and it was underrated. It was very underrated, because that's why probably some of you that are watching don't know what it is. It's starring Tom Hanks, who plays Michael Sullivan. He's kind of like a hitman kind of guy. And then his son, played by Tyler Hoechlin, I think his name is, Michael Sullivan Jr. And he basically like sees what his dad does for a living.
And the gangsters like, and then chase after the kid, and it's about Tom Hanks trying to protect his boy.
Tom Hanks is one of my all-time favorite actors. I absolutely love Tom Hanks, and this movie just itself was just really badass, and it was amazing. And it was directed by Sam Mendes, and
not to be confused with Eva Mendes.
But we really recommend you checking this out. It was good.
It has comic book style kind of shots, cinematography. It's pretty.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Number 6 is Blade 2. Also pretty underrated movie. I mean, it's not super underrated. It's like it didn't get that good credit, but in our opinion, it was the best out of Blade series.
Because it had the cool, crazy new vampire-like people.
Yeah, and of course Wesley Snipes playing the main character, who's a badass because he really is a black belt in real life. And Guillermo del Toro again directed it.
And he put his own little twist and stuff. He had the idea of the vampires whose mouth kind of opens up like like a predator kind of thing. How it opens up like lips and locks on people.
And Chris Christopherson is funny as crap. That plays the old guy, and it was a good movie and good vampire movie.
Also, Ron Perlman is in this too. He plays a bald vampire hunter who doesn't like Blade too much. And Blade overshoots him by putting a bomb in the back of his head.
This is a movie that you don't want to miss. It's just a great vampire flick.
It's funny. It has a mix of things. You can get tense, and there's action scenes, and there's a little bit of humor.
Yeah, it's good. Check it out. Number 5 is Superman 2, directed by Richard Lester.
And starring Christopher Reeve and
who was the best Superman. Yeah. Best Superman ever, rest in peace. And Gene Hackman played amazing Lex Luthor.
He wasn't all in your face like Kevin Spacey was, but he was stern. Why not? He wasn't like, no.
Yeah, it was a good movie, and of course the Outlaws, the 3 villains from Krypton come to Earth to confront Superman, and they go in a big battle.
Yeah, it's in Central Park, and you see like them freezing up school bus, and
it's a good movie.
Superman goes and like fights them, and then
a lot of people don't like Superman though. A lot of people do. Where personally, some of the people do like it, so it just had to be up here on our list because we thought it was the best Superman of the series.
And my favorite part is when they get captured and they get put into this like glass thingy, and they get like squished into it, and then it gets
thrown out into
space, sort of floating in air.
It was really good. You just need to check it out.